Dimensions for YESOD. It's really hard for me to get back in to the groove when I already just spent an entire few minutes with my last introduction, and then QuickTime just taps out, or my computer just taps out because there's not enough space, because Adobe decided to eat all of it. Because they got greedy and gross. Or because I didn't delete my files yet. This reminds me, it's like I might have a really high operating threshold, high level capacity of functionality. It doesn't mean that you guys do. Simon would look at me and would go, when I look at you, I don't see a threshold. It's like there's no end to what you have capacity for. I have daily thresholds. Like, how much work can I get done in a day without burning out and then getting sick the next day, right? I have that kind of a threshold. But as far as like potentiality limits, where I cap out is like where Hathor steps in. That's about it. So your guys' technology that you admire is a direct reflection of how limited you guys fucking are. What you create is a direct reflection of what you guys have the capacity to do. And when I manifest dragons, I'm going to burn all of your guys' technology to the ground. Because it's demonic. And it's raping a planet instead of helping it. Don't worry, the dragon's already working on all of this anyway. Talking about limited technology that's diseased and demonic. We're going to start with Dimension 21, invasive. This software, this computer, the iPhone, the cheap headphones, it's all invasive. Even if it was only on the astral planes, the fact that I can see that this is invasive, it's not a good quality, it's junk, and it pollutes the planet, it's invasive. And it's all going to be thrown into the lava. If you guys are creating junk, it's because you guys are junk. You guys create disposable crap. That's how God thinks about you. That's your reflection in your mirror. If you create long-term, high-quality work, that's God's for almost no money. That's still how God feels about you. High-quality, long-term work can stick around. God is free. It's hard, but high quality and free. Babaji is free. You know the amount of work that it takes to train with Babaji? That work is not monetary payment, it's soul payment. It's purification and service. Okay. So let's start with stars words. You'll find the slides to these dimensions on my video under the dimensions pearl for each Sephiroth. So this will be under the YESOD dimensions pearl. If it's not there yet, it's because I didn't have the time to do it yet, and I need a slava to help me. I'm getting one that may be able to work remotely, and then I'll give her access to my website so she can just look and find everything. But even that, like, I just need to know that she's, like, gonna do it correct. Like, that's it. But it's not gonna be impossible, so we'll find that out. If you're going to be available to be of service to create an Instagram or a Twitter feed or like take stuff from, edit it, right? Take out all my swear words and then post it to the Kali Ren 2 or Kali Ren 3 page, like that would be slava. That's your that's the trade that I give you guys, activations and attention. It's a trade. So considering this class is for free, if you're doing slava work for free, that God gives you the gifts for it. All right. Stars words. Alien implants. Just consider it that that's your volunteer work. It's your slava. Alien implants. Bad technology. Sometimes the alien implants is intelligent, or it's a band-aid. Mechanical devices, thought forms, viruses. A virus is to rewire and reprogram. You see how Violet Iris, like virus, was for YESOD, and that's invasive? It's to create a new paradigm. So this crow virus, the coronavirus, what you guys all call the coronavirus, I call the crow virus, is because of your guys' karma. You guys were bad. Own it. You adopted a matrix reality instead of a nature-based reality. And you guys are going to eat shit until you get into Netzach. Worms. Same thing. Worms. They eat the uncomposted material and then they poop out more fertile. Boogies. Boogies can be booger, but really like spirit boogers. Like critters that stick around. I used to have one that would like sit like a crusty, and then it would come through and it would like, it's almost completely gone. Like it took a decade for it to go away completely, but it would like calcify and ugh. Those are the shadow components that are stuck to your reptilian self. If you do not think that you have a reptilian self, then you're just a demon that is completely unaware of your own existence. Unless you're teleporting and like bringing an angel wings, like you're not that high on the spectrum. If you can't be around Lucifer in like the darkest and darkest of Lucifer self, like, and know how to bring in the Christ light, like a master, and somehow also transmute all those Luciferians into like angels, like you've got reptile shit. Also, if you exist in the Matrix, you've got reptile. Why? Because you're participating and co-creating it. Human and etheric implants. This is different than a God implant. The God implant is to fuck you into service. Human and etheric implant is easier to get rid of. Okay. So those are stars words. Invasive. This is on the How to Build a Dragon series, by the way. If you just scroll through my Facebook, you'll find the How to Build a Dragon Pearls. Why? Because it's through the dimensions that we build ourselves into dragons. My words. The invasive system and the integumentary system are both here in Dimension 21. And pretty much they're the same. Integumentary is the physical manifest of the invasive system, designed to protect your body, hair, skin, teeth, and nails, right? It's to keep your body, it's like a defense system to protect all these other things. So it's basically the same. The invasive system is also the astral energy around your body. You could consider the integumentary 20.5 dimension, but it's better just 21. The dragons go, no, 21. All right, so teeth are also part of 11, bone, and 16, digestive. On the astral side, the astral energy side of the invasive, it is where the alien implants and the God technologies reside. So this is where like your dragon wings or your angel wings will come through. So those, I consider the wings like God implants until they manifest in the physical world, or a tail like that. It is here in Dimension 21 where we say, I can, or I can't. I can. I can. I can. I can. I can move forward. I can fix that problem. I can heal myself. There is a lot of subconscious energy, even in me, that's still saying I can't. Where I feel like it's too much for me to deal with. And so then like the archangels have to come through and like make my body move forward. It's not fun. So if I have those issues, I know you guys definitely have those issues. All right. Dimension 22, vortex recognition. Excuse me. This, Star's words, this is the beginning of sensing vortexes or vortices. You will either sense, feel, see, or hear them. At this point, you can send your energies into the vortex for a download and bring it back into your body. Vortex often has a wah, 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 wah kind of sound that goes with the spinning. It goes wah, 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 wah. I know I'm a little guttural there, but wah, 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 wah. But the guttural comes with the dragon. Visually, many open through clouds as a triangle pattern. I am a vortex. Star's a vortex. Elaine creates vortexes. I am a vortex. All right, there is a frequency. The dragon eggs are the container. All right, vortex recognition. Star feels like a hurricane when she gets mad. So do I. It's God's download. It's temper tantrum girls that will throw temper tantrum because you guys are fucked and insubordinate and need correction. I was shown the temper tantrum girl in 2008, and Star carries that too. I don't know if I ever showed her mine until, it doesn't matter. But if you've been in a class with me, physically, and you throw your shade at me in gross irreverence or disrespect, boy, will I show up. Somebody threw an insult at my dragons, and they showed up in a humbling, humiliating way for that person. And he got to feel it. Emotions are not negative. You guys aren't even in NetSoc. Much less do you have the ability to understand NetSoc. Emotions are a wave of force. Anger is positive. It's above HOD. Repressed anger that sits stagnant in the body, that is negative. That's diseased water. But anger against an army of parasites is positive and divine. This is you guys can't think you're Christ without understanding the levels of divinity. You guys can't even get into the Greek gods to understand they still have emotions, much less can you understand Gandalf saying fuck you to the dwarves and then storming off. You guys sit in this like rigid as fuck, emotionless zombie lifestyle. Take an acting class to free your brain of the delusions around emotions. Take Meisner was my favorite because it was all about owning the emotional body at where it was at. Living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. But even in just the repetition work, it's just living truthfully. No imaginary circumstances attached. I don't know how much the improv work really goes into this because it kind of stays funny instead of just real. But that might help too. So like Second City and what was the other one? Like I can't even remember. The one that Amy Poehler and Tina Fey did. Upright Citizens Brigade. UPC. No, it's UCB. And then, take a Meisner or improv and Meisner. And do it without any vanity attachment of being an actor. Do it just for the shaman experience. Okay. Vortex recognition. My words. The senses system. So, because in the Malkuth, there was no senses system inside the Malkuth dimensions, maybe because it's here. You need senses to be able to recognize vortexes. You need sight, you need taste, you need hearing, you need senses. So then you also have the clair senses. But when I say clair senses, it's really like clear senses. As in it's clearer than your normal ability. It's not like some special kind of sense. It's like a clearer version of what's really going on. All right. The census system and vortex recognition are both here and pretty much the same. You need to have senses to recognize anything. And everything is astral light. Everything, including this. This is just red calcified into brown astral light. So your physical body is just astral light that's crystallized into the red and brown energies. Grounded. That's why Charlie stays brown. My dragon. Everything is astral light, manifesting into the material in a vortex form. Some things are more sacred and spiritual than others. So we have the higher astral planes and the lower astral. Now, when I say lower astral, I do not mean like lower vibration, because lower vibration could just mean like soil, like earth, which is sacred, but it's not like demonic. But somebody's fake fucking marriage might be lower astral. Some things are more sacred than others. How can you tell if somebody's marriage is fake? Their soul contract's genome has not even been turned on yet. Then it's a fake fucking marriage. It's soulless. They're not doing God's work on the planet. They're doing selfish masturbation. That's fake. My biggest thing is they haven't even passed even step 1 of a Dragon King test. It's fucking fake. That's like, then it's not even in the God realm at all. The closest people that are deemed worthy, in my opinion, are Freeman and Shay. Simon's trying really hard. They still need to pass step 1. Some things are more sacred and spiritual than others. Your relationships are as sacred as you are. They're as healthy as you are. They're as dragon kingly as you are. They're as blessed by the Knights Templar as you are. Do you understand? So, as far as I'm concerned, there is not one holy marriage on this planet. unless they can prove to me otherwise. This is why everyone hates me, because they actually have to admit to themselves that the disease of the planet is a reflection of their shitty relationship. And that takes, you know, courage and truth. This is where you can see the grid in dimension 22 surrounding a city or a park or a marriage, and it feels like entering another world. Dimension 22. So if you can go into the Peter Pan Park, Hyde Park, you can feel it change, and all of a sudden you can feel the fairies. It's pretty cool. You can also feel the fairies angry. Just remember, Tinkerbell the pixie in Tiferet still gets fucking angry. Dragons in Gaebra get angry. The masters definitely still get angry, but hopefully not as angry because they're protected by the dragons. Dimension 23. Vortex amplification. I will start with Star's words and then explain. Some of the biggest vortexes are set up at tourist sites and national monuments. This is for healing and service work. So, Glastonbury, the Tor, twin flame healing, where the Tor, the tear of you and your soul's counterpart began and will end. Glastonbury, the wells. There's the white well and the red well. You should do both. It's a sacred tantra of holy grail water. The red and the white together. Glastonbury, the Abbey. This is the severance teaching. Chode, Hode, same thing. It's where you're like, instead of being a king or a queen, I'm just a slave to God. I wish the royal family understood that, but they will. I can guarantee it, or I will die trying. Sedona. Independence and ET. There's a lot of ET grounding healing in Sedona. So if you're all up in the crazy space realm, if you're there for like 3 or 4 days, it will help to bring you back down into human space. It's also self-realization healing. Again, ET stuff. Griffith Park, Mineral Wells Picnic Area. I created this with my friends and colleague. Youthing. It's in between the big trees in the general grass vicinity, up and down, where there's a little stream going through. It'd be good if you were in LA and you're not able to do a youthing ceremony with me, to go there physically and do it there, even if you're doing it by yourself. Or to get a group of witches going. That might be good too. Griffith Park is in LA. Los Feliz. Hyde Park, Peter Pan Park. The Fey Druid Healing. Fairy and Druid Healing. You're gaining activations and initiations from the Druids there. Okay. And the fairies will play or help you. Hot Springs, Arkansas. Healing. That's why Star is there. No wars. Peace and truce zone. How cool is it? That's the Star card. Is the lady with the water in the nighttime, and Star lives in Hot Springs at the sacred water wells in the United States. How cool is that? And then I'm doing the other work at the Glastonbury wells with the 2 different waters. Okay? But that Hot Springs water is some of the best water in the world. In old times, I believe the Native American times, it was the truce zone. So there were no wars allowed there. They were not allowed to hurt or harm each other at all. It was the sacred water, healing waters. And so different tribe members, from different tribes, they would all show up there, and they would no conflict. Peace zone. Carlsbad Beach. The abyss through a saya. It would help if you're taking this class. You're going to make a trip to Southern California to walk that beach up and down on the coast. You'll get a dragon magic activation. There is an 11 upside down grid there. There's a huge rattlesnake activation there. This is a gate into the hell realms and into the heavens too. That's a little higher on the spectrum. There's a star grid there too that Babaji has blessed. The gate into the heaven worlds is through the water. And the mermaids have very much come through on that water energy at Carlsbad. Hogwarts is gridded into the water on the offshores of Carlsbad Beach. The template. What else has come through? A lot. Okay. Disneyland. Carlsbad is a very, very high traffic tourist space too. And the little town is very cute. So it's a lovely place to visit. Disneyland. Truth Vortex. Most of you guys are like, truth. Truth vortex. There are many things going on at Disneyland as a microcosm for reality. All the pedophilia shit. All the stupid people dumping their shit everywhere where everybody else has to pick it up. And you guys waiting in line all day long to get nothing but a jerk off. Spending a fortune on junk that is continuously raping a planet. Plastic shit. It's good. You guys are plastic shit. There's also all the princess archetypes. Hopefully, some of the kids might actually learn by modeling the virtues of the princesses instead of being entitled to looking like them and not even having their virtues. Oh my fucking God. Cinderella complex. You know what the complex is? Is that you guys think you guys are Cinderellas without being a fucking slave. Or having a wicked mom that kills you with two wicked sisters. That's the Cinderella complex. But if you have that, and all you've done is be somebody's personal assistant and you're starving to death on a beach for a whale, then you're definitely a real Cinderella. And there's no complex at all. It's just truth. Thank God for Star, my fairy godmother. Disneyland. You'd have to actually be a saint to be a Disney princess. A saint. Joshua Tree. The Abyss through Bria. This is 2 crossings I did across the Abyss through Bria. Ibis has gridded up. Mystery School. Okay. Maybe through Yetzirah coming soon. I'm getting Ibis to get Yetzirah going. Gulf Shores. Dimensional Mastery grid. Anywhere where Dimensional Mastery has happened, okay, has the Dimensional Mastery vortex grids. London. This is the Dimensional Mastery city. The dragons have gridded this. We have the biggest, strongest dragon egg grid here. All of London. The epicenter is in Bayswater, right next to the Peter Pan house. Okay, James Barrie's house. I'm not going to give you my exact location, but it's very strong here. It is the cleanest dragon egg center on Earth. Low done. London. Low done. We are done with this low diseased idea of planet Earth. Low diseased energy, this consumerist shit, everything that every one of you guys despises. Hopefully some of you guys are real Disney princesses. And you're like, oh my God, I totally understand. And you guys are law of attractioning this. That you've lived really cruel lives by horrible people. And the way I might be cruel to you, if I am, is just to get purified shit still there. Because once you do, I'm there patting your back instead of pushing you away. That's the difference. Or the wicked people, they're like, ew, I can't handle you. You did all this work? Oh my God. It's just, all right. You'll never see me spit on you guys for doing the work. What you might see me spitting on you guys is that the chip on your shoulder about doing the work. Because you guys think that you're at a finish line. That's how you know the difference. Not because you did the work. It's mostly because there's still a lot left to do. I now have an alpha signal emanating stronger than the White House. They're trying to keep up. They're never gonna get to where I'm at, ever. Dharmasala. Go Gryffindor. There's a huge, huge Gryffindor portal vortex just there, okay? Even if the Dalai Lama's a turd. It's not just it's all of them. It's all of the monks and all of the prayer energy and all of the intention to move forward. Okay, part 2. Again, I'll start with Star's words and then explain. You can add energy, a table-sized vortex. You can add energy. A table-sized vortex can be expanded to 500 yards. It's for hurricane energy. So I can expand my aura and my grids, and then I can contract them too. But vortex amplification, I usually stay very contained. I spend most of my time going into my roots, okay? The vortex energy is to expand it outwards. Or amplification, dimension 23. Redundant, self-explanatory. That's what I say. Why have a vortex if you cannot amplify it? Vortex uses unused energy to maintain lineage heritage consciousness. I think that was a commandment as much as it is a teaching. Take all the unused energy and push forward our lineage teachings, or God's lineage teachings. Okay, you know how God, you guys don't put prayers into everything? So like every time I pick up a cigarette butt is now gridded because that's unused energy. Your guys' cigarette butts left on even the ones you didn't pick up is unused energy. I have now gridded with intention. So I own a lot of grids that nobody has claimed yet. I will use that energy for your own development or for taking over and cleaning up the planet. I.e., every time you litter, I increase the Avada Kedavra curse on you. Every time you walk past litter and don't pick it up, I increase the Crucio curse on you. The point is this. It's your litter. If you walk past it, that's God saying it's your problem. Don't worry, if you do pick it up, you get to Avada Kedavra the person who littered. And then that might stop. If you really need to feel like a light worker instead of a soul worker, here's how you do it. I Avada Kedavra their pattern that littered. And that works too, but you need to Avada Kedavra something. My best prayer was picking up a piece of trash and saying, I will use every inch of Lucifer's unused energy. Because Lucy is more masterful than you guys. Lucy knows all these teachings and has intentions to everything. So anything that Lucy doesn't even use, I am going to figure out a way to use that unused energy. And then I got the God grid when I said that. Amplifies inspiration and connectedness. Redundant. I am inspiration. And connection. I connect to God and Lucy and the mermaids and the fairies and the dragons and Charlie and the earth and all the archangels. I connect to, I am connection. If you don't connect to me, it's because you don't connect. It's one of that one-way mirror teaching. I connect to the whales. If you can't connect to me, it's because you can't connect to God or any of the archangels or the planet or a star. Dementia, I should say delusion on you guys, like, right? If you can't connect. If you're taking this class, probably connecting. If you're just a bystander watching this video with hesitation, like you're being forced to watch this video against your will, it's because you're not connecting. Just so you know, you can use that you guys aren't connecting teaching on other people. Okay, 24, dimension 24 is vortex closure. I will start with Star Wars. I've now reduced that into Star Wars. I will now start with Star's words and then explain. She's Yoda to me. And then explain. Some vortexes bring in spooks from outer space. Okay. There is a vortex on the I-10 desert going from LA into Phoenix. Like if you're going to go to Sedona, after you cross the California border, there are 2 rest stops. The rest is history. Both of those rest stops have that vortex going in. It's gross. But this is for lower self-integration, so sometimes it's benefit. This is where like the lower reptilian alien parts of you might need to come through just so you can do like a soul collection healing on yourself from other lifetimes. Again, there is that rest stop. These are good for lower self-integration. Also, negative vortexes in bars and funeral parlors. I'm gonna burn that shit down. I am not nice to ghosts. You know what happens when I am confronted with lower astral energy? I go, Dracaris. Like, Charlie, burn it. That's it. I'm not going to waste my time or energy going, how do I fix you? I don't work with dead people very well. No, I don't care. They don't care about me. I definitely don't care about them. I'll have compassion for them. I'll send them right into the higher astral spaces by dragon firing them. There are 6 methods to close vortexes. Listed are those you should be aware to close. Graveyard vortexes. Close them. I would close them with the energy of black tourmaline. Just black, like, imagine black tourmaline and then emanate it at the whole graveyard vortex. It grounds it and seals it in. The 11 grid in Carlsbad. Now, black tourmaline. The 11 grid is cut into the planet. It is actually like like an upside down portal. And there should be a dragon etherically on top of it. I'm not going to tell you guys what part of the beach it's at, but it's where you'll get your rattlesnake body. That rattlesnake body will transmute your energy into a more magical body. It will be there to like do like acid on you until you can get ready to then be like dragon goo to then be birthed into a dragon. So it's a kundalini healing. If you open that portal up, I don't think you can unless you're like a student of mine. I want to say portal, it's a vortex, but it's a vortex and a portal. Sometimes, so you would need to close it sometimes. We have a dragon protecting all the ones that I work with. So crazy violent ET vortexes. There is one at the Santa Monica Ferris wheel. And it's crazy violent because it's a mental violence. It's crazy. So how do we close that one up? Just start crystallizing it, crystal gritting it. There's a huge one beneath LA downtown that I am closing up. Still. Okay, that's where Lucifer escaped from. Kinda. Okay. Black Egypt at Las Vegas. This is good for lower self-integration work, lower astral stuff. It will make you process. It's Black Egypt because the pyramid is black. That's what you guys decided. We all live in a co-created universe. Might as well own it. It's the darker version of Egypt. Dimension 25. Vortex manipulation. Part 1, I will start with Star's words and then explain. A vortex may pull the carpet out of the corners. I like to think that when I see it, it's a vortex. You can take an energy from the corner of a room and pull it through the floor, and then all of a sudden you've regridded the floor of the temple or the planet. I can do that too. All right, you'd have to have certain amounts of dragon eggs around the planet to actively do an entire planetary vortex manipulation. Most of you guys can't even do enough of the DNA chain links on your own personal body, much less the dragon eggs around your human form, much less the 9-level dragon eggs around your home times a million, even just 500, around the city of London, or to even get access, and then England, and then the plants. It's like Russian dolling it to even have access to be able to do a planetary vortex manipulation, unless you're doing a master cube light language grid. So you'd have to do a huge amount of self-work. Forever. Because if it's out of alignment with me, I'm going to probably alpha it and take it down. And so will my dragons. It's good to know the rules or the direction we're headed to be a participant So if we're gonna talk about the rules surrounding the planet, 50 plus Hogwarts, including all the dimensional mastery, integration into Kabbalah, a bunch of other witchcraft teachings, herbs, sages, alchemy, planetary service work, healing at really high advanced levels, like John of God and Star style, okay? That's the baseline. So if you think that you're some kind of master and have a chip on your shoulder, Hogwarts is gonna fucking slay you. If you're humble and you're like, oh, I can relearn a million new things because God is endless, that's the appropriate response. All right. So there will be adults Hogwarts and kids Hogwarts and family community Hogwarts, and we were gonna biggest little farm the planet. Now we're definitely gonna biggest little farm the planet and build Hogwarts on top of it. That or something better. Then we're gonna do a Pandora grid around it. We'll have deeper levels of healing and magic to push forward. If you can't see that this is the direction we're going into, look outside and then make a choice. Do you want to move forward or keep this? All right. Again, dimension 25, vortex manipulation. You can move such a vortex to another place. So, the dragon egg vortex that I'm setting up around London, I can move this to another city. But I won't move it. What I would do is duplicate it and then move the duplication around Hot Springs or LA. I want to say LA is a little more important than just Star, but Star needs it too. My primary is to get LA, and then my secondary is Star. Sorry, Star. I need to get Star in a lane to hold that Hot Springs. And then the grid around England needs to be duplicated and then set around the US. That's the next, right? That's the primary intention. I can then do secondary grid around San Diego / Carlsbad, and then another one in Oakland, and then like the one, so it works in like Russian dolls, but it's not easy. It's a lot of energy. You can carry vortexes in gemstones. Oh my God, I'm just getting the download that if I wrote all of these dragon egg grids in my Lucifer book, it would help it. But Lucifer plus Charlie plus Gracie, even better. Gracie is where the dragon yoke comes in. And the red book too. If you have a star seed that has access to higher magic or bender technologies from other lifetimes, okay, you can move that vortex or like DNA patterning into Earth, and the Harry Potter grid on Earth is now active. You might not have the Hogwarts set up yet, but the planet is gridded for Harry Potter full-on magic for everyone. Everyone might not choose to mutate to be able to. They might just die. But it's available. Just like God is always available to everybody, but they just don't make that choice. It's a choice. You can carry vortexes and gemstones. Back in 2015, so I like to carry my vortexes in my books, but it's the book plus the dragon. Back in 2015, I went to Sedona and I bought a 5-piece set of very expensive citrine points. It's very expensive to me because I spent over $500. They were big. I think I spent over $500. They were huge and rare to come in a set of 5. It's not easy to find the big points in sets of 5. It can be easy, but not at the... I am impeccable and have very good taste. So if I'm going to buy a crystal, it better look fucking perfect. Even ask my mother. I buy expensive stuff. So the set of 5, I created the witch vortex and put it in my room or my apartment. This grid was to anchor in the dimensional mastery vortex into my home. So I sat and I prayed over this and put all the dimensions in it and made sure it was protected by the alpha, what do you call it? The alpha amethyst geode that I had. And dimensional mastery vortex. Holding each of the 144 dimensions to be placed in a pentagram on my floor. And 2016 is where I spent the year grounding everything into the lava. And that following September, the dragons showed up. The dragons did not show up out of the blue. I ripped my brain apart. I put so much work, and Babaji helped to even gain access to the dragon energy to the capacity that I did. The dragons are not an entitlement. That is something that you work for. Like everything in life. Okay. Vortex manipulation. Part 2, again, dimension 25, still the same. You can carry vortexes in the orifices of the body, i.e. the nose twitch of Samantha the Witch. My vortex is mostly at my feet. I carry the great maleficent vortex at my feet. That's the Mars plus Pluto plus Saturn. It's in my astrology chart too. It means I can kill or destroy anything I want on the planet. And it's Virgo sitting on top of it, so it's all in the name of justice. Lady Light. I want to say the vortex can be in the breast or breast milk, breast milk feeding. So there can be a vortex there. Mother Mary energy, okay? Nurturing, providing. Vagina for stronger magic. You can hold a vortex in your vagina. Yeah. You can hold the vortex in your nails or in that space in between your nails to claw into something new. Hair pores to inherit new information. Earlobe, like the where the earlobes pop, earrings pop out. All right. Stronger gemstones will carry stronger vortexes. Redundant. I also like to say the more energy you put into that purchase, the more like divine ordinance that purchase was. Like if you muscle test it and do a tarot reading on it and your fairy won't ever shut up about you not buying it because you know you're just going to regret not buying it because your fairy just get it. I know you don't have them, get it. Like those will usually carry very significant magic or vortexes. The best magic I have was to give you all a breakthrough infinity curses. This is where you might be able to pass Hode. It's a double terminated fairy quartz. And it was an 8888 price tag. It was also 9688 price tag, which meant a twin flame healing, yin yang, back to back. Okay? It was a single or double terminated fairy quartz or angel aura quartz. Again, that was snapped into half after falling down the stairs when we were at a final retreat for a Kabbalah class after the crossing of the abyss as we were packing up. And I was gonna show my students the crystal, my favorite crystal, and it fell out of my hands, dropped down the stairs, and broke open. I like to think of this as the chocolat healing. You'll understand this healing when you watch the movie in YESOD. But she was cursed to continue moving forward into new homes over and over. And then the pot from her mother broke on the stairs, filled with ash. And it was like the mom saying, you can finally stay. So the fairy quartz broke open there at the space. This is for the twin flame back-to-back healing to break you out and to break all of you guys out of your ET prisons. You guys don't even know most of the ET prisons you are in until you start to realize you don't even have access to your own magic. So this is the initial magic to help break through. It's cool. If you look on my Facebook page
from July 10th, I posted where the crystal is. It's on the Pearl, How to Build Your Dragon, Dimension 25. The crystal is now safe and hidden. And the image of the receipt is on my Facebook page. Less on how to build the dragon. Dimension 25, Part 3, Vortex Manipulation. Get a canary yellow diamond. Send it to Star to clean and prepare. And then I say, since Star is old, we have to consider what will happen after she graduates to reincarnate into a new form. So Star says yellow canary diamonds. That's what she works with for a reason. Okay. I say tugtapite or an opal or just a simple titanium cross and send that to me, and I will do more crazy magic with it. I mean, what can all the poor people buy? They're not going to be buying canary diamonds, but they might buy something inexpensive that can hold a lot of magic, like a titanium cross. Or get a fairy quartz. Or a Mexican fire opal for dragon magic. And I said, sorry, that's enough for me. A vortex can easily crack an opal. So Star was saying, I think she was insinuating, don't put it into the opal. And I'm saying, I'll put a curse-breaking vortex into that opal, and when it cracks, that's when the magic came through. So maybe it is a magic or a spell that we create when it actually cracks. Turquoise protects from things not of you and sends other people's magic away. So when we grid our crystal yoke temple that only of like 3 of you guys have done, we put turquoise in Aya in Malkuth so that your home is protected under the ground, under Asaya, so that nobody's gonna get at you. No boogies are coming in. It's turquoise. So that in Aya for the crystal yoke temple saves your fucking ass. I told you the key for Malkuth for this class is grace for this class. And so are the grids. So I'm sending you guys the grids to protect and move you forward and help. All right, that's Dimension 25, Vortex Manipulation. Vortex 26, or Dimension 26, Vortex Polarity. Change from negative to a positive. So if something's really bad, like a relationship or a situation, you can change it from the negative and then flip it into the positive, Aikido style, at Dimension 26. Example, A fight breaks out. Use vortex in stone to suck negative energy out of a crowd. I like to use the energy of the stone to coat the crowd instead of suck. But sometimes sucking makes it work faster. I like to coat the crowd in the crystalline honey, or black tourmaline, to ground, calm, and center the crazy people. An amethyst to burn away the impurity and delusion and protect the love between me and my mate. Like the dragons below, so he can see me and then maybe heal magically, like in Secret of the Wings. So if you're having arguments or disharmony with your current relationship, or your twin flame, if you have both, it works for both. Use the energy from a stone to suck the energy. The stones that suck are like obsidian or smoky quartz. Okay, they suck negative energy. They absorb it. The energies that coat are like black tourmaline. It grounds. It can suck, guess, but then I just see it creating also. Then when you need to get rid of the crystal, put it in the sewer system, toilet, or electrical socket. And then I say, or don't use crystals that suck. You don't have to use crystals that suck. You can use crystals that project, like unicorn horns. You can. An amethyst can suck. The unicorn horn doesn't suck, especially if it's covered in the titanium aura quartz or something like that. All right. For the longest time, I have been trying to find angel aura quartz unicorn horns. Because God's download was that's how you get to your twin. And nobody's made them. Not that I've seen. Maybe someday somebody will. Angel aura. Unicorn hordes. They psychically connect with each other. Like, it's fucking stupid. But I see unicorn shit everywhere. Like stuff, like just shit. Plastic shit. Again, it's the mirror. That's what we're getting on Earth is fake plastic shit. 1/32 of a second can change energies. So you don't even need much time at all to polarity shift the energies. Just run dimension 26 and then it just changes. That's usually like your brain goes, oh, God fixed something. And then all of a sudden it's like a new reality. Like if you go outside on a walk to like process through your anger and then you come home and like everything at home's different. Vortex polarity. It's better to go from positive to neutral to negative, or negative to neutral to positive, than going from negative to positive. That's not fun. It's better to do gradations, right? It's easier, it's more sustaining. What's a good neutralization stone? Sand dollar. Like coralized sand dollar. All right. Plus or minus vortexes help elevate karma and move forward. Yes. If your crystal gate opens the realms of hell in your apartment, because it can, and melts the floor beneath your feet, get rid of the crystals and never tell anyone what you did with them. And keep them separated. Now, if you open the realm of hell in your home, make sure you're getting the lower self integration. So this usually looks like your bat demon-like self instead of your angel self. And then it comes and it feels really, really fucking creepy. And you just feel it. And it absorbs into you. And then with the higher self, it just neutralizes. But at least you've attached to the part of you that knows how to ground. Your angel self without your demonic lower self has less power on the planet. It doesn't have less power in the spirit worlds. It has less power in the material. It's almost impossible to get through Hode or do real magic without your lower self integration with your higher self integration. Dimension 27, vortex creation. This is hard to do and takes 3 full days of teaching. That was Star. What Star said. It's hard. Not for me, but I am a genius. Maybe if you took my egg gridding classes seriously, you would get the energy booster you also desperately need. Now, apparently my egg grids are hard. That's how much work it takes to begin to create vortexes. It's work, 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 work. That's kind of like the wah, wah, wah sound. Same thing. All right, this is a 3.5-year Kabbalah class, and then we have Kabbalah 99 3/4 afterwards, if I'm still alive by then. You will learn this or you will die. Mostly because you need it to move forward to produce higher level magic. Use scalar waves. dragon scales. Alters Maxwell's spin equation for electrons. I haven't even downloaded that part yet. I'm just like, yes. But stars, when I feel star, I just feel light coming from her. I'll get there. This is where I'm not going to be lazy. Alter Maxwell's. Maxwell's equations are a set of coupled partial different equations that together Star. I just hear Star saying, "This is why all I see is light." The equations provide a mathematical model for electrical, optical, and radio technologies such as power generation, electric motor. Okay, where's the spin equations? The equations have two major variants. I'm going to download like the full teaching of this, but I'm going to emanate the grid for it right now. I usually don't even like talking about things until I understand all of it, or at least on a practical level. Let me go to scalar. So the Nikola Tesla is the scalar waves, capable of passing through Earth from one side to the other with no loss of field strength, as Tesla showed in one of his, traveling faster than the speed of light. So when I say scalar waves and the dragon scales are the same, it's because they are. So if you can send a wavelength as far through the planet system, it's because of the dragon work. Same thing. All right. So that one I understood, and this one I still don't. I'll get there. And then we'll have like a redo or an addition. Tears a hole in the ethers. It better, because you're changing everything. The vortex is going to change everything. So sometimes you'll feel entire grids drop because you have to create something new. Hopefully you know what you're doing. All right, dimension 28, portals sensory. Now we're into portals. Feel the difference between vortex and portal. Vortex, portal. So portal allows for something to pop through or to walk through. Vortex is like a hurricane of light. Ability to sense portals. There are 18 types of portals. A sheet will follow them. I know I've never gotten that sheet star. And there is a subway system in another dimension about 22 feet underneath the surface of planet Earth. Yeah. There is an entire, I want to call it the AV system. So the dragons have me doing the crystal yoke grids, but there is so we have the worlds, we have Asaya, and then we have Aya, but in between Aya and Asaya is their secret pocket worlds, and that's the subway system that Star is referring to. And the top one is A, and the bottom one is B. They were developed by the Atlanteans using off-world technology. So the subway system exists in those two little pockets. Esperanza Star's teacher has keys to portals, 12, keys in the shape of a crystal. So I love using crystals as portal keys. You don't need to. You can use a manky old boot. A port key, right? You can use bottle caps picked up from litter pickup. Right? They should mean something and be written down probably. Now, Hathor really, she has the best magic for portal is the platonic solids. She barely doesn't even want, she doesn't want me to tell anybody this because it's her magic. And there's a reason, a set. So if you're watching this video, it's because you're one of the few people on the planet that deserve that teaching. So be honored by it. I'll explain it. There's the tet to open the portal, the cube to stabilize it, etc., etc. I'm not going to go through all of them. And then the type of the crystal will usually carry the intention. There's an intercontinental portal in Newport, Rhode Island. I'll be making a 3D portal map one day. One could evacuate a whole city in 10 hours through portals. And I wonder, did she ever make that 3D portal map? And I just hear not yet, probably. And then we go, all right, recognize standing at the door. Doors are not stable. Okay. There's, in Carlsbad, there's an entire psychic shop called Leaf or Leap or something. It's an unstabilized portal. When you walk in there, it feels like jelly goo. It's weird. My apartment in Los Angeles was a portal. It feels like something is wrong in the air, or God bombs. So definitely on the Carlsbad Beach, the upside down world portal. Sorry guys, had to save the planet alone. Walking alone. The good one is in Hyde Park in Fairyland. Into Fairyland. But be aware the fairies are Na'vi that are ready to kill every human. Just remember Avalon, if you watch Merlin, those blue fairies, they're ready to kill all the humans very quickly. You guys haven't really passed Elven Judgment. That is going to be extreme amounts of work. and then you still have to pass fairy judgment, and they're worse. Sometimes you get that ear popping for no reason, and it's a big sign. So the fairy portal in Hyde Park, just think that Maleficent owns it, and she's ready to kill you because you're a human that's pissing on a planet. So you'd either be humble and gracious enough to have access to it and just send love. That's it. And then maybe you can experience higher levels of magic. I got to see it around Halloween last year, and only bits of it. Sad. All right, stabilize. Dimension 30. Portal stability. Stabilize doors so you can pass through. I will teach you to do with geometries and words. So in Secrets of the Mexican Shamans, I've kind of shown you in one of the Hode videos. Maybe I'll do a whole level higher in Gebra. About stabilizing doorways and stuff. You need to activate the portal. Very rarely do I do this, but if I do, I use a key like a crystal just to activate the portal. To open the gate, most of the time, if not all of the time, it's a Merkabah star with a very specific intention. So I'm opening stargates, dealing with other lifetimes too. Before the hunger strike, I used Isis tears, moonstones, that shape, Isis tears. On the beach, during a harvest moon using ceremony, during a moon ceremony. And look what happened. I ended up at a house in London that I never intended to. And I'm now awaiting fairy judgment. Sitting at the gates of fairy judgment, awaiting their decision. This is why I tell you guys, you're entitled, because I know how cruel the fairies are. So humble yourselves. They're cruel to me. They're definitely going to be cruel to you guys. Anchor your portal in the atmosphere before entering, and ascertain portal destination. My portals are usually highest karmic good destination. Didn't know what the destination was going to be. But I ended up right next to the Isis statue, next to Hyde Park, in Hyde Park. Right? And I go there quite often, if not daily. Dimension 31, opening a portal. Open portal. Yes. Some people can do this more than others. I have more access to portal opening than Star does. Okay. I can access Dragon Portal. Open Fairy Portal and Elven. Okay. It's pretty rad. You need to be Christ in Sophic. Like, I'm of service to God. If you look at my real astrology, I can access the realms of hell for divine justice. Through my feet, don't mess with me. If you want to make the planet a horror show, I have the access to make your life a horror show. If you want to rebel against the grids for the coming future, you're rebelling against God and the dragons and the fairies and the elves and a planet. Access lineage technique to open portal. I feel Star coming through. She's like, I can access a portal or open a portal real well through you. Like, whatever she wants, pretty much. My lineage, all I feel is her wanting to open a portal of self-love for me. Self-love. For me and her. Mayan lineage is dragon lineage. Plus Mayan. Same but different. Oh, my lineage. That was funny. I read that wrong, but it's very the same. My lineage is the dragon lineage. I belong to Goodney's lineage. The Great White Brotherhood and Sisterhood of Light. Yeah, that. That's the lineage. The lineage of King Solomon and Jesus. And if Goodney thinks he's better than Jesus, there is a problem, because that lineage belongs to Jesus and Mother Mary, who would never allow any of this stuff. Mayan lineage and the dragon lineage. I'm part of those three lineages. I'm also, a Freemason child lineage. Okay, right? So there's old heritage magic coming through as well. If you want to create a cult and say that you're a head of a lineage of Jesus, you have to understand that Jesus will always train the people to fuck everything. Because Jesus will never have his name be taken into vanity, ever. Ever. Now, when anyone wants to be of service and love the planet as much as they think they deserve love themselves, by all means. You get the amount of grace from Jesus that you give to the planet. So, access lineage technique to open portal. Some of you are blessed to use Hathors. Some of you. With the platonic solids. Some of you are blessed to use the litter stuff. Like picking up litter, finding its mates that look the same,
and then opening a portal with it. Determine type of portal. I like to do this with crystal types. You can work with dried herbs, harvest them also with fairy law. So you can do it with herbs also. Specific intentions resonate with different things. Determine duration of portal opening. Good idea. Normally I open it until I get to the destination. Makes sense. Oh, there we are. These posts were on July 10th and July 11th. So, or you're going to be able to go to my website and I'll have them posted on that Dimensions Pearls page. All right, that's it. Color Run out.